come on, do some bobbin. We need a bobbin, obviously. I should check and see if I've even got a bobbin, actually. Ah, I do, and it's mostly full, so that is even better. So I set it up so you must be a subscriber to send me a message. And I do this not just to force you to subscribe, but more so that we get less trolls when I do it this way. So if you can't message, it might be because you haven't subscribed. Hello, Colleen and Laurie. So I must send this, I have to post this bag today. So we're not leaving this live until it's made. And then I'm going op shopping after I drop this off at the post office. So that should be exciting. I have decided to try and thrift. Op shops in Australia are thrift stores, just to keep everybody up to date with what the hell I'm talking about. So what I want to do is my next market, I'm doing all this extreme stuff. If you didn't watch my live yesterday, I have a market and it's the first birthday of the market. So we are doing like a celebration. They're going to have prizes and people doing magic tricks and all kinds of cool stuff. So because of that, I have decided that I must dress up both my stall and myself because I'm ridiculous. What are you going to do? So because of that, I have decided I require a costume. Now, I do have a green corset. However, I am not sitting all day trying to do lasering stuff in a corset. Feels like a terrible plan. So because of that, I need a new plan. So I'm going to go op shopping and see if I can be inspired. My brain kind of wants to do like circus ringmaster in green and black. Don't ask me why, but that's what I've decided on mentally. So that's where my brain's at. I've also decided that my mouthwash is no longer going to live in a crappy plastic container. So I want to go well, cat, stop it! Sorry, you're wobbly because the cat's messing with stuff. Like cat. Such a turd sometimes. Out to destroy all my pretty things. Hi everyone! I did get my laptop fixed. $250 later. And it was just like a corruption of a system file. So it wasn't even like, oh, I did it. It just decided to do that itself. So rude. Now, I'm pretty sure I just had a bobbin issue then. I felt it when I backstitched. Definitely a bobbin issue. What if you did a green corset with elastic shearing in the back? I mean, I could make a corset. I have a corset here from when I decided to be like a creepy vampire. When I lived on the army base, I decided I wanted to be a creepy vampire and hiss at children. It was so much fun. If we're going to do Halloween, I like to scare children. It's just my thing. Anyway. So I was just going to use mostly what I got here, and then I was going to decorate it, but I put it on, and I felt like sitting down, because it's got like a point, sitting down, because I sit for like all the laser parts of my market. I sit for a lot of the market, and I just not feeling it, you know? You know what? Okay, so that's just locked up. It's just not my day already. This is not how today's meant to go, people. Who's got the patience for this? Not me, said the flea. Not I, said the fly. There's nothing even wrong. So anyway, I've decided completely against wearing a corset because I sit down so much. So I need a new plan. I also would love, and I don't think I'm going to find it, but I would absolutely love thigh-high flat boots. Black, brown, khaki, wouldn't even matter what color. I could make them work. Not heels. I don't want to be in heels all day. I am no longer, like, I love heels. I think they're very pretty. But I don't wear them anymore. my God. This is out to destroy my sanity today, people. I can just tell. Hello. Why? You're all threaded properly at the top and the bobbin just keeps going. It's not even overloaded. So rude. If the machine keeps going the way it's currently going, I'm not going to leave the house all day. It's going to take me 8 hours to make this bag. Very rude. Alright, so I am still going to top stitch because even if it does hate me, we'll get there. That worked fine. Who knows what's wrong with it? Just trying to test my patience first thing in the morning. Anyway. Morning. This is how my day just went. Yeah. Was checking out my machines and both are being temperamental. It is apparently definitely a thing. But you know what? It's fine. We're going to make it work. So long as it doesn't do it when I'm top stitching, because we all know how I feel about having to unpick things, and it'll drive me nuts. Seems to be working now though, so touch wood, it'll be fine. No mic, no, because my phone did not charge all night, just to add insult to my day. So I need the charging cord in so that we don't run out of battery. So because of that, I can't plug the microphone in because that's where the charging port and the microphone are the same port and there's only one on a phone. So unfortunately, this is just how it needs to be. Okay, so we are matching a wallet I made several weeks ago and now I'm trying to remember all the things that I used. I know it was silver hardware and we're going to be using pink zipper tape. I'm pretty sure I used this one, but that's not going to be enough for all of the bag. You have 7 to choose from. That's insane. I actually think what happens is the animals knock the cord and knock it out of the wall because it was plugged in at the bottom. Anyway, the point is that everything's being awfully dramatic today and I just refused to not do a live when I told you all that I would. You could make boot tops with an interior stirrups. I could. I could. Okay, now we're cooking with gas because I know I use that colour pink. So I'm trying to stick with the same thing. I have so much zipper tape. I am trying very hard to use what I've got and use it all up before I go buy more. I may need to buy some manly colours though, because I want to make some kangaroo, so this pattern, but in man colours. And I know that sounds like a sexist sentence, but I can't see too many dudes rocking around a pink handbag. Just saying. I got sent an image of the lady who ordered it, which is how I know that I use light pink stitching. Because once I make a bag, I tend to not remember all the details because I make so many. Like once it's done, it's out of my brain, and so I've got room for new things in my brain, you know? Anyway, so I've got a picture. We're just gonna copy it as best we can. It'll be fine. You should pull out a machine while I'm live now, and then you could maybe sew along. I do love a good troll. Oh, I mean, that's mostly all of that. This bit is rubbish because I have no use for that much zipper tape. But on the other hand, I just got rid of another piece. Yay! It is the mission. Because I just don't need as much stuff. So yesterday after I got off my live, just to keep you all updated on what I did, I proceeded to clean off an area where I thought the missing template pieces were. They were in fact not there. So then I got sidetracked cleaning up that area, and I had all of these clear little discs. So then I used Neville to print off some DTFs, ironed them on, and then topped them with clear resin and turned half of them into keychains for prizes for my capsule machine. So while I was sidetracked, I was still productively sidetracked. So I've decided that's fine. And then I eventually found the pieces in a different thing, and I've cut it all out ready. So I mean, I got there in the end. It just took all day to get there because I was cleaning and sidetracked and stuff. And what are you going to do, honestly? I am known to be sidetracked. It's also why I can't do those videos like Life in the Day of Tori. Because I'll start my day with, and this is what we're going to do, and we never end there. It's just not going to be a thing. Now, am I doing binding? No, don't think I am. In which case, we're just going to fold one edge over. So I did find the templates. They were in a black tub that was up the top on this side, and this side's usually where all the templates live. So I did find it eventually. It just, you know, took a few hours. And then I got sidetracked making other things. But I completed all of the key rings are now in a bag with their stickers, and the prizes are completely ready. And so then I was like, oh, I should do all the hair clips. So then I went through all my hair clip container and put all them in bags with stickers as prizes. And then I was like, okay, hair clips are for girls, so now I need a boy version, and that's currently where I'm up to. So I'm going to use the laser to make little wooden, like, bracelets, and then do those, like, sliding knots on some leather cord that I also found while I was cleaning up. So I'm going to both be productive and clear out things that don't need to necessarily live in my house. That will be a video when I get to it, which might be today, might not be. I make no promises. Because honestly, life is chaotic. So I'm trying to find a balance between being productive and doing the deep clean that my room really needs. It's a fragile balance. But like, I was productive yesterday. So I still got this cut out, and I made a whole bunch of stuff for the market because the capsule machine is insanely popular. Cat, stop it! Sorry, every time you wobble, it's the cat running or playing with the bottom. I can't help that. I could lock him out, but then he'll start meowing at me. I started my day washing bed linens and towels, tried to convince my machines to behave, have to pack stuff I am donating to AmVets. Fair enough. This machine has no choice but to cooperate. I refuse to let them defeat me. Today, at least. Some days I give up. Such a feral cat. Do you want your ball? Here, go get your ball. He chases the ball like a dog. It's amazing. Okay, we seem to be over our initial having a meltdown. So that's good. What is the machine you keep talking about? Neville. Neville is my X-Tool apparel printer, also known as a DTF machine. We love Neville. I've named all my machines because I'm ridiculous, right? I've recently started, so the lasers both start with S, Slayer and Slasher, in theme of my Scream machine. And then you've got the Green machine, which is an obvious one. Candy, because she's fairy floss coloured. And I didn't want to call her fairy floss, that feels like a lot. And then Neville and Nigel are the DTF and the Cricket. So the Cricket's name is Nigel. And Neville is the DTF machine. And I actually also named the air purifier. His name is Philip. We don't know why I do these things, I just do. Okay. Oh, so the capsule machines. The capsule machines don't have a name. But I have capsule machines, and can I just say, if you do markets, best decision ever to invest in some. I got mine. I obviously got mine cheap. I got both of mine for $50, which is a bargain and a half. But I've easily made $150 over the course of 3 markets from them. So worth it. People love a little bit of, it's not gambling so much as it is. I don't even know what you call it. Okay, we can't join that yet because we're going to put the handle on. And I'm going to have a chip because I bought food because I knew I'd get hungry and snackish. This is going to be the back. And we have this that's going to go on there so that we've got a whole vibe. So it's like you put in a coin and then you twist it. And then it pops out a little capsule ball. Capsule vending machine is a good way to Google them. And then I took off all the stickers that were on there. And then I put stickers that ChatGPT designed in a theme that I asked for. And then I got them to like roughly the size I needed and then printed them off and then cut it out because I am not actually digitally good at anything, such as life. I'm going to eyeball this because I eyeball everything, but look at that. Bam! It looks pretty in the middle to me. You'd be surprised at how well I can do that and how often I can do that. Anyway, we're going to have nice long tails because I'm going to pull it through, tie it off because it makes it pretty. And why not? I feel like it today. Now I build, when it's going onto vinyl, we do it in the opposite order to when we're doing it on fabric. Get right on the point. Boop. Okay, now that this is close to me, we're going to pull it through and tie it off. Cat, stop it. He's in terror mode. Don't know why. Tie it off, and another one. I like to loop the, oh my god, if I can catch it. The thread through the loop twice. It's like a double knot thing. I don't know, I'm not very good with knots, but that one makes me happy. I need to make some placemats for my table. Thinking patriotic theme. Oh yeah. That's cool. And then back through the first hole like that. Pull it out, chop it off, flip and tie. Our kitchen table is constantly covered in things. Today, it is still set up from painting that we did the other day. So I've got a tarp, like a literal tarp on the table at one end. And then hubby's got a bunch of stuff at the other end. We don't really eat at that table. We eat at the breakfast counter thing. Ooh. Apparently we're using the other knife today. Who knew? My grandson keeps coming and listening to you. He likes your accent. That's fair. It's fun when you sound different. Although I don't think I sound different, obviously. I just sound like everybody else around me. Love a knife. When in doubt, hubby can always get me some form of a knife as a present. And the other side. This side's always harder. But this knife seems to be sharp enough that I'm going to just win. So this is a craft knife. This is not the normal craft knife I use. This is a different one. You can also use scissors. Love a good knife though. Boop. kind of a Tory pocket, but also kind of not. Did you know that by using the back stitch lever on your last stitch before turning, you can adjust where the needle goes in? Ah, how good. See, the fun things we all learn. So we're going to stitch this really close to the edge. So I'm now going to make the Tory pocket much like you would if you used a facing piece. I don't plan on using a facing piece because I don't need to. Oh, hiccups. Other side. Actually. So I'm going to line up that edge. But I don't want it to be upside down because I have to cut this anyway. We may as well do it the way I want to do it. Very professional of me, I know. But, whoop, ta-da! It's almost like I know what I'm doing, right? We also all know that I just make it up as I go along. I'll tell you what though, things tend to work out for me, so I must be doing something right. And so now the edges line up. Need another zipper pull. My post of my bag got 500 views. Facebook gave me an achievement award. How good! Go Facebook. Alright. Then this just lays over the top and then we stitch it down. I am going to actually cut away some more of that foam from the back though because I don't want it poking through. I'm going to hack it off. Because you've also got to remember that this has been ironed on, so sometimes it can be a fiddly nightmare. But less bulk will make it easier to sew. So I'm just slipping my scissors underneath and making sure that I only cut the foam. And this doesn't have to be neat. Nobody sees it. Do not feel bad for hacking. Only you see it. I mean, you're all seeing it, but, you know, most of you don't record your bags, so it doesn't matter. And sometimes we need to hack away at the green part too. Just a little bit. So it's not poking through. Like that. Just little bits. That's better. Not that you can probably see from that far away, but you know, it's fine. In the bin. Okie dokie. So, I'm just going to line that up, pull the zipper pull through, because obviously. And then I'm going to start in front of the zipper. We're going to go up to a 4 stitch length. I'm going to make sure the zipper's right in the middle, which sometimes is way harder than it sounds. And one more. Move that. Needle down, pivot. The needle automatically stays down on this machine. Zip it up. Hey, cat. Look how big he got. Remember when he was tiny? He's not tiny anymore, are ya? Are ya? Can you stop torturing me, please? Because I'd really appreciate it. Yeah? Oh! He did not just do that. Oh my god. Thanks, cat. Just what I always wanted. Weirdly enough, it was a very straight line. That was very rude. Very rude. On the positive though, like, I can show you how to fix it. Bloody cat. Out to torture my soul, I swear. Right, so what happened is we got about 4 stitches too many and I now have holes. See the holes? Not okay. Told you, cat's out to torture me today. So, to fix the holes, all we're gonna do, and you have to do this very, very delicately, lighter. Touch the lighter to it, and then, this doesn't work for all vinyls. The cat's fine. He literally came home and ate food after his procedure. He knows no difference. So what I'm trying to do is essentially melt the vinyl to hide the holes. It can be done. It's just a fiddly, nightmarish process because you've got to get it hot enough to melt, but not so hot that you destroy it. There's got to be like a happy middle ground, which is so hard to find. I am going to use the round end of this so I don't burn myself. Anyway, so we heat it up. And then we just kind of smush the holes so that they're less obvious. It is a slow going process. Bloody cat. I mean, it's more subtle now. They're never completely gone. Once you put a hole in vinyl, that's kind of it. But, you know, baby steps. It's like the cat signed the bag today, isn't it? Jerk. In conclusion, keep your foot on the pedal so that the cat can't do that again. We fixed it though, like it's fine. So then we're going to stitch the whole pocket closed. Line up the edges. Tory pockets are the only thing I have an interface on this bag. Trim off all the millions of tails I have suddenly somehow procured, and bam, back panel complete. This would be a really cute place if you wanted to put embroidery, DTF, beading, all the things. Okay, next. Front pocket. Please tell me I cut a piece. Oh no, did I not cut a piece? Of course I didn't. It'd be way too easy, wouldn't it? I'm going to pull all these bits out. I'm going to do all these bits. So, we're going to do the easy bits is what's going to happen. Alright, I've got them in more of an order. I know that doesn't look like an order to you, but it's an order to me. Everything is fine. This is my handle. Double-sided tape. This is 3/4 of an inch and my absolute favorite size. Anyone that wants to start using double-sided tape, buy 3/4 of an inch, not 1/2 inch. Trust me on this. So much better. I only now use 3/4 of an inch and 1/4 inch sizes. I don't own half, and I very rarely use the 1/8 of an inch, just because I hold my zippers in place. If you're new to sewing and you're having issues with your zippers, you should definitely use the 1/8 of an inch zipper size double-sided tape. Absolutely. Don't need 1/2 inch if you're going to get 3/4 of an inch though. I'm doing a little kind of more subtle handle. I say kind of because it's not necessarily subtle. See? Thank you, Deborah. 3/4 of an inch is awesome. Whoops. If you find your tape is not sticking, all you have to do is heat it up by like friction, rubbing it under your finger. It'll help. Or you can just try it from the other end, or you can do both. Good morning, Samantha. You missed the very dramatic moment where my cat decided it'd be fun to take the sewing machine for a spin. He has gone away now though, so I apparently have scared him off, which I'm not necessarily mad about. Okay, so see how this is lifting? You probably can't see because I'm so far away. But it's lifting. So that's why we use the roller, because it creates the, what's it called? The fold at the side and stops it from coming undone like this. Most of the time. Sometimes it really just is a jerk. It's still gonna lift. That's all right. So we're gonna just put these together, right sides together. Actually, you know what? Just to be safe, we might sticky tape them together because I know how this is gonna go and it's gonna shift and mentally torture me, and I'm just not interested. Oh look, it's still opened anyway. All right. Squish it down, right sides together. These should be the same size because I cut them with a rotary cutter. So logically, we should be right. But this extra, I'm hoping this extra piece of double-sided tape will help keep everything in place. We're going to go up to a 4-stitch length. One side. Other side. One fancy handle. Alright, exterior. I meant to have a pocket on here, aren't I? What bag are you making? This is Kangaroo. So this is like a, kind of like a mini messenger bag. This is a custom order for a lady's birthday present. And so I have to express post it to her today to get there in time. So I'm not leaving until this is done and made. I sent a photo, like an actual photo of the bag to ChatGPT to design my front cover, and it made it longer than it is wider. It kind of warped it a little bit and then made a cartoon version, but what do you do? Okay, am I doing the zipper pocket on here? I suppose I am. Here's a Tory pocket. Fold it. I've got a template coming so that I won't have to draw this on for very much longer. I was kind of hoping it was my yesterday's package, but it was not. One and 2. So now I've got my Tory pocket space. We're going to find the center of everything before I start sewing because it's easier to do now than later. Like that. How far from fold do you measure? So I measure ½ inch down, draw a line, and then I do ½ inch down from that, draw a line, and then I do 3/4 inch in from each side. And that works for any size pocket that you cut. So the Tory pocket is just a good like generic size. If you made it bigger, longer, shorter, you do the same thing. So you fold it in half, ½ inch down from the fold, line, ½ inch down from that line, and then 3/4 inch in from the edge. It works for every pocket ever. And then we're going to use clips here. You can also, so if you've done a really pretty design on the front of this, you can also turn the pocket sideways and have it as a vertical pocket that goes in that way. This will fit that as well. Back of your sewing room door, always a good place to put stuff. I don't have a door here. I have everything on my floor. We're not discussing that right now. One of my tubs for my market stall got a big hole in the base. I don't know how, doesn't matter, but I was losing stuff out of it, so I actually lost stock and stuff. So I've had to pull everything out of that tub, and now I'm redoing the tub, but only putting things that have to live in it. So it's supposed to be like the bags, your scissors, sticky tape. I'm gonna make like a whole proper kit and have a box, and that's where it all lives, as well as things like gazebo walls and the tablecloths. They're all supposed to be in like the setup tub, and it did become a little bit chaotic. That was my doing, obviously. So I'm just trying to rectify the situation. So I've got everything spread out on the floor, and I'm trying to decide what I will take to the market, what I haven't been using, so there's no point, all that kind of stuff. Can I just say that over half the stuff will no longer be going with me? That was in that particular tub, at least. Back 2, forward 2. Needle up, pivot, down. 2, back 2. Because my brain works in music. I just got a Cricut, so I'm excited to do some zipper overlays. That is exciting. That is very exciting. I love zipper overlays. I don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to use them quite a lot. I use my pack. I got an email saying my zipper overlays are not on my website. You need to go to the Brymax website, and you can buy the Tory pocket and the zipper overlays through her. Because all the lasers that I possess, I don't have one that'll cut clear acrylic. It is a shame. I wouldn't even cut clear acrylic with it. I want to cut mirror acrylic. I have mental plans that I can't do. Very frustrating. So Brymax is my source and where you can get all of my templates through her. We also, for those that are new-ish here, we always do big triangles. See that? It's about 3/4 inch. I do eyeball it, but worth it, right? Because if you do tiny little ones, and I've seen lots of sewing people do this, they do tiny little triangles. When you're trying to sew it down, you've got to like really fiddle with it. And I'm lazy, I don't want to fiddle with it. So bigger triangles means easier to make flat. Do you get any requests for RFID fabric? I have had 2 requests. I have bought RFID fabric from AliExpress. It's like $20 a meter. Very expensive, but it is like a 150 wide. I have it floating around here somewhere. It looks like beige waterproof canvas. I have used it. I don't use it unless requested. I have seen though that an RFID bag in like a bag shop is $180 for a very basic bag just because of that fabric. So it might be worth it to you to do it. I could be wrong, but it might be. I don't need that. Oh, actually. Oh, would you believe I missed by 1/4 of an inch? That was almost the right size for the little pouches I was making. I wonder if I could make that work anyway. Probably not. You really do need it the full size. How annoying. That was almost the right size. If I had paid attention, I would have made this one a little bit shorter because it wouldn't have mattered. It would have been the single ounce. Too late now. You just type in RFID fabric into AliExpress and it comes up. And when I bought it, it was about $20 a meter, I think. That's including the shipping and everything. But it could potentially be very worth it, especially if you're in a place where lots of people go on holidays a lot. All right, we're gonna roll that so that the seam sits where we want, and then I'm gonna get my roller. I love this thing. This was a Temu job. Amazing. It's a plastic roller. You can get plastic and you can get rubber and you can get wooden. I imagine the wooden one would work much like the plastic one, but I love it either way. I feel like I wouldn't like rubber as much because it's not as hot, like it's got a bit of give, and that's not what we want. I could be wrong though. I have been known to be wrong. So I personally would just add it to the exterior. Like if you're making, let me get a wallet because I can see one right here. Let's just pretend you were making this wallet. I would just cut one piece that was that size and then just add it in, because then everything's protected and you don't have to worry about which direction people put their cards. Because if people put their RFID chip to the top and it does stick out a little bit and you haven't surrounded it, then it might not do its job. So my suggestion would be just cut one piece, put it on the outside, be done. There you go, a wooden one from the cooking department. Love that. We're doing Seven Nation Army is the motivational song of the day. For anyone interested, what I keep humming. It's Seven Nation Army from the White Stripes. Seems to be my new regular motivational song. Oh my God, why are you doing this to me? This is being very difficult today and I'm not here for it, can I just say? Now the reason I don't backstitch is because the idea is I'm going to get back to the start. See, with big triangles, I can grab it from here, not have to put my finger directly underneath there. Everyone's a winner. Needle down, pivot. Needle down, pivot. And then forward, and then back, and that locks all your stitches in, and then you can just chop off your tails. Chop. Good morning, good morning. I reckon I could do Tory pockets with my eyes closed. If I wasn't so worried about sewing my finger, I would. Do not be afraid of the speed of your machine. Embrace it. Ta-da! So all of this has been interfaced with a medium iron-on non-woven interfacing. I used to use woven. This is like a seventh of the price. I think we worked it out. Way, way cheaper. Does the same job. Would I use this in clothing? No. I would use the woven interfacing for clothing, but this is not clothing. So, and apparently I feel like using clips today. Sometimes I'm just in the mood for clips. What are you gonna do? Don't be afraid to rev your machine either. It's so much fun. Like the giant child that I am. Zigzag scissors for your curves. Make sure you got the lining and it didn't shift. The slipperier the vinyl, the more likely you are that it moves in the corners specifically. Nobody wants that. And then I'm going to just cut the curve because it'll sit nicer. Turn it inside out. Okay. You really do have to enjoy your life. I enjoy my life, which is why I make stupid noises at things. Doing this and going, "Olé!" is weirdly fun. I highly recommend that you try it. You'll probably look crazy to your partner who's watching you from the other room, but like inner happiness, people. Who doesn't want inner happiness? Who cares if you look crazy? I was going to try and record this last night, but I'm just not a night person. I had plans at about 4. I was like, right, I've mapped out what I'm going to make dinner, and then hubby's going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to come out here, and the closer we got to that time, the less motivated I was to do it. And so by the time hubby was ready to leave, I'm like, yeah, nah, no deal. Now, I think I want the green facing out because I can. I've got the middle. Olé! See, you get it. My hubby knows I talk to myself, only answers when I call him. That's fair. We are going to just tack this on. You can sew the whole thing if it makes you happy, because we do want to have this as a solid piece or whatever. It's fine. And then our back piece we created earlier, which I have misplaced. Of course I have. Is it a me video without me losing something? Probably not. I put RFID fabric in my phone wallet I'm taking to the EU. Just didn't want it affecting cell signal. No, wallet was purchased. It's terribly made. Zip stitching, mislining. That's unfortunate. Oh, there it is. It was underneath. Anyway, so what we're doing, we're going to find the center of all of this thing, and then we're going to clip the back piece to the flap, because that's how it goes. One less thing to worry about, you know? Alright, and so then, right sides together, line up the flap, middle to middle, clip it. You can stitch it. You can do both. Hey, Sandra. Welcome, welcome. Oh, that just reminded me. I have not started my blank space green floral backpack yet. For anyone, was anybody here for that? We did a live. I did a live. And I decided that one of you get to come and be live with me and Sandra and we're all going to make the same bag and then see how wildly different our imaginations are. It's going to be so fun. And so we rolled the dice and we got blank space, which is Sandra's backpack. It has to be green, and I did not fluke that because I was live when I did it. So there was no cheating. Floral. With like some alterations and stuff. Anyway, I wrote it down. It's somewhere around this room. But we're going to bring one of you on, and then I feel like this is going to be successful enough that I want to do it to all of my like regular people that pop in here. You should all come be live and chat to us. It'd be fun. We actually need to pick a day and a time for that. Victoria and backpack. I know, right? I don't know why I have an intense hate for backpacks. It's not, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I can make them. They're not actually any different to a handbag. And yet, my brain's like, backpack. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can make them. I've got proof of other videos where I've made a backpack. Who's coming on with us? We need to get a date. We do need to get a date. Ooh, where am I going? Fluff. Of course there's fluff. There's always fluff in this house. I'm trying to remember who's coming with us. It is one of the regulars. I might have to go back and watch the other video so I can figure it out. But then I've still got to find you on Facebook. If it was you that's coming with us, because I'm having a mental blank at the moment. Like sometimes when I forget Sandra's name, and I know her name's Sandra, and yet I still forget. If it was you, please message me privately so that we can set up a time that suits everyone. My 24-year-old special needs daughter goes through approximately 3 a year. But they're store-bought. Maybe you should make one. And wherever it breaks, right, make special note of how it breaks and then reinforce that part when you make one. Like if it's the handle that comes off, obviously she's reefing on it, it's too heavy. What I would do is I would like stitch and stitch and stitch so it can't do that, right? I'd use this thread. This thread's epic. This thread survives horses, man. I only have a domestic machine. It's the bottom that breaks. Okay. As in, like, she rips holes in the bottom, because in that case I would put vinyl, and then I would maybe put 2 layers of base stabilizer instead of just 1. That could help. Or does it fall off at, like, the side seams? Does it come unstitched? In which case, multiple layers of stitching would help that. So stitch like your normal seam allowance, and then go out 1/8 of an inch, stitch again, out 1/8 of an inch, stitch again, and have like 3 to 4 layers of stitching. Another option. No, the lime material frayed. So in which case I would be doing a vinyl, or where I live, I have something called Sewing Trade, and they have a really heavy duty like fabrics that they make caravans out of. You know, like the caravan walls? Make it out of that fabric. That's not going to come off. I get so much pleasure out of doing that, just so everyone's aware. Boat toppers, there you go. That would be my suggestion. I would do a vinyl base, or I would go and buy, if vinyl's too thick for your machine, I would go and get the intense stuff. So they have PVC nylon, which is another great option because that's like ripstop and glorious. Or there's a really heavy duty, like canvas, but it's like cottony but thick, like thicker than denim. Put that on the bottom. Both very good options. Seriously, guys, so much fun. And yes, I do this when I'm not live. Sit in my house by myself, watching television, going, whee! Very common for me, not gonna lie. Bam, one strap. You could use heavy denim as well. There's lots of good backpack patterns around. I believe Sincerely Jen's got a bunch. RAL Creations has like a fancy like backpack that's I'm still meant to make a video for that. In all my spare time, I'll get there. That's a really cool backpack. What else is there? Sandra's, but it is like not a huge backpack. There's one by someone that told me I'm not allowed to do a video, but it was a good size. It was called Alina backpack, I think. Actually, that doesn't even matter. We don't need to worry about that. Okay. No, wait. Yes, no, that way. Does it matter? Yes, that way. I'm just making sure I'm putting this on the right end. It actually probably doesn't matter at all. And yet, my brain has decided that it does. I'll look those up. Sandra's is a bit small. Andy backpack, there you go. There's plenty of backpacks around. If you all want to gather in protest in my Facebook group, if you all want to collectively gather and protest, I will do more backpack patterns. But I will require at least 50 of you to like a comment that says do more backpacks. Rally behind it and I will do it. That is my deal. And maybe I'll get over my hate. Who knows? I got over my hate for binding, so stranger things have happened. I have plans for my backpack. Like, I've mentally mapped it out. I need time. And currently I've got a lot to do. And the school holidays didn't help my cause. I really need to. I haven't even started next month's pattern. I know what I want to do. Have I started? No. I'm trying to get ready for a market and write a pattern. And I just had school holidays. And I'm trying to jazz up my stall, market stall. And I've still got quite a few custom orders. So, unfortunately, I am not Superwoman, despite the fact that sometimes I think I am. The Andy backpack is a stitch backpack I made recently. There you go. Plenty of backpacks around. Plenty of big backpacks if you need one. If somebody goes into my Facebook group and says, let's rally Tori to make more backpacks, I will. And you can even pick the pattern and then I'll do it, as long as I've got permission. Right, obviously. I feel like my whole issue with backpacks is making straps, but that makes no sense because I still make 2 straps for handbags, so I don't really know what it is. But I got that. That's good. We're getting there. I really want to do binding. I like this bag with binding. Let me see if I've got a nice colour that'll go with it. This is my Nightmarish tub. I mean, grey. It is a nice soft grey. I did that deliberately. I buy them in like 100-meter rolls, people. Because I use so much binding, I now buy the solid colours. So navy blue, grey and black. 100-meter rolls. They last ages then. And it works out way cheaper than buying it in 10-meter lots. Insane. No, I don't want blue. I want pink. I don't think I've got pink. I've got that. That's a nice purple. Or I've got a dark purple, since the lining's purple, if you're wondering where I'm going with that thought process. Lots of blue. Apparently every time I buy them, I just buy another 10-meter roll of blue, which is ridiculous, but what do you do? Orange. That's all that's left of my 100-meter roll of black. Look how small it's getting. Zipper is in the wrong spot. Okay, so those are pretty much my options. We're gonna match the vibe. There you go. Teresa has just made a post in the group to rally you all to make me do more backpacks. Need at least 50 reactions, whether that's likes or loves or whatever. So I'm folding this in half. Then I'm going to see if it reaches around the edge to see if I've got enough. There's not enough of that one. This is literally my very professional way of doing this. Because I'm just, you know, the epitome of professionalism. I'm really not. Please don't think I'm suddenly professional. We're not doing that. So I'm just making sure that it goes around, and that one misses as well. I mean, I could do two different purples and make it feel magical. That'd be cool. Hi Tori, just saw you alive. We'll have to rewatch from the beginning. That's cool. We're only like halfway through. I haven't got very far. We had a cat attack. We had a bobbin meltdown. Actually, we had 3 bobbin meltdowns. And then I lost bits because I'm Tori and I lose things. I've also just decided we are doing binding because I like binding. Whoop. All right, so the lining is directional. So we want to think about that. That way, right? Because it closes to the left, so this is the front, so that's the back, and that's the way it needs to go. And yes, I have to physically lay it out. It's just better. Then you can physically see that you're right instead of guessing. No need to guess, but there is a need to cut off all of the tails, which I missed. Can I just say, I love our little community. There's quite a few of us that are all just here and happy, and I love it. I also love that you guys carve out time to come chat to me. I did find the other templates. They were not where I thought they were. So I thought they were going to be over there in a mess. They were not. They were in fact up the top in a tub of things I was going to deal with later and put it up there so it was out of my way. So that's what happened, which is fine. We're going to go slowly because there's quite a few layers in there. And then, for safekeeping, I'm going to do another line because the whole bag gets held up by this particular line because that's where the strap is. So 2 lines of stitching is safer than 1. So since you were sewing this up, you found the other templates. Yeah. So anyway, they were up the top, but I didn't end up cutting it out until like late yesterday afternoon because I got sidetracked while cleaning. I found things that I then turned into a whole product. It's fine. And then I bagged them up and then I turned them into capsule prizes for my capsule machine, like a little vending machine, which I also got sidetracked with last time because I made all the coins and stuff for them. When I get sidetracked, I do get fully sidetracked. Like I don't do it half-assed. We are a full sidetrack kind of thing. And that's fine. Ta-da! Gusset. I know it doesn't look like it fits, but that's just the foam being a jerk. Ignore that. What I'm going to do is line up the seams and I'm going to clip them together and then we're going to stitch the whole thing together so that it behaves itself. Like that. See? And then it fits. It lied to you. I was very productive. So these are what I did. These were just clear acrylic discs that keep floating around my house for like over a year and I refused to throw them out because I'm like, that's wasteful, but I had nothing to do. So I printed off DTFs. This one's a bit dodgy. But I printed off DTFs on Neville, ironed them on, and then put a layer of clear acrylic on top. And then I added like a little loop to make it a key ring. And then I put them in bags with the stickers and then put them with the market stuff. So I did, these are going to be bag tags. They're going to be different. They're going to have beads and stuff. But all of those ones, I did it to its completion. So they're not just sitting here in a pile. These ones are because A, I need to fix that. And B, I want to turn these into like charms instead of just key rings. They're going to be different. Same, but different, right? So anyway, it was like a whole process that I completed and then finalized it. I don't have to look at them anymore. I have eliminated some more pieces from my house because I am the anti-hoarder of the year. Welcome, join me. I feel really good about how much I got done yesterday. And I still got, I did a load of washing and then I also folded the other two that I had already mostly done. So very, very productive. Alright, so I'm going to go up to a 4 stitch length and then I'm going to start here, stitch, back stitch, because we always back stitch. This is a lot of layers. Do not sew that if you're on a domestic. Probably too many for your domestic to handle, if I'm being honest. This one, however, loves it. The screen machine. It also made me think, right? If I can iron onto acrylic, I wonder if I can iron onto here. And then I could just print really cool DTFs of horror dudes and iron them onto the machine. Or find someone that I know that has a UV sticker printer. Either or. All options are wonderful, alright? And then across. Swivel. And down. Trim your tails. Hi, Christine. I know you already do a mountain of crafts, but your dodgy ones can turn into needle minders for stitches. I was just going to sand it back with a Dremel or one of my many sanders out in the shed and then just apply another coat. That was my big plans. It'll be fine. Anyway, ta-da! And then that's the back. This is the front. That's that. That's the back piece. That's gonna go there. And I forgot to cut the vinyl that goes with the pieces. I cut the lining, the interfacing, and forgot the main panel because I'm an idiot. Don't want to put that on there yet. So let's do that. Actually, let's add this in. Because there's a zipper pocket there, I'm not going to put a zipper pocket here because then they'll clash and it'll be like weirdly bulky. Nobody wants that. I do want to try, have that tufting gun, which is weirdly fun to play with, but I can't draw. So, I've got some black hessian that I got as like a clearance sample piece. I want to put it in the frame for the Claw Lab tufting gun, and I want to see if you can use hessian as the base instead of the very expensive like cloth. Because the whole reason I haven't played with it more is because that cloth is very expensive and it hurts. Whereas hessian I can get locally, is cheaper. And so if it works the way I think it's going to, I will absolutely make myself a floor rug because I can. And it's going to be something magical, and I'm going to have to, I don't know, borrow someone's projector. Surely I know someone that owns a projector that I can borrow so that I can draw the picture on. You know, all the things. Anyway. You've got to rev it. So much more fun. Yes. It's not going to break the machine, I don't think. And if it does, it can't handle me anyway. All right. Back wall. Flap. We are over halfway. Woo! Hello, Amber. Welcome. You made it at all. So that's still exciting. We're up to 42 people. That's a pretty good average for me these days. Post-COVID. COVID, I was rocking like 100 people, which was very cool. But I understand that we all have lives and jobs and things that we must do instead. And I'm pretty sure I fell off some people's favorite radar, but that's fine. I'll mind. Alright, so I need one of each of these in vinyl. And I'm thinking, right, hear me out. She's given me like freedom. So I'm thinking, what if I do, if I've got enough, do the pink one and then the green on top. So it goes green, pink, green. I would like to do that. I just don't know if there's enough pink. Otherwise, we'll do pink, green, green. But I reckon we're going to be successful. Like just. Look, I'm not even kidding. Like just. Cool. I was helping my man work on our truck. Ooh, that's fun. I'm from Brazil. How awesome. I love that we're international as well. Don't mind that. That was just more of my tattoo flaking on. Everything's fine. Anyway, so that fits pretty much perfectly. I missed like a corner. It'll be fine. I'm not worried about that. No, I want these scissors. I really missed the lock on my scissors. So annoying. But cannot recommend these scissors enough. Love them. They just don't hurt your hand as much. You do less because they open themselves. I'm in the US watching Miss Tori. Where did you get the scissors? So these are Fiskars, the brand Fiskars, spring-loaded scissors. I got mine from Spotlight. You wait till they're on sale. They come down to about $42. I recently, my friend that did my tattoo, that I haven't shown you guys yet because it's still healing, my friend got a pair, and then we put an image of like her dog running with scissors in its mouth, and then I laser engraved the blade off them as well because I can, you know. So good. That now officially gets to go live in the pile. There's a tub there. I did not throw that on the floor. I promise. I don't know where to get them in the US, but I assume you can. Fiskars are everywhere. I love Fiskars. And I also purchased the sharpener for them. So I cut paper with mine and I don't feel bad because it takes 2 swipes and they're sharp again. Zero regrets over here, people. See, there's a cut there. Yeah, so we're going to go this way. That works out pretty well. See, you have the sharpener, and how good is it? So good is the answer. This is the only time I will ever waste fabric like this, because it's way too awkward to cut here. Of course I dropped it. Of course, because why not? Alright, bam. Yes, that was very wasteful of me. No, I don't do this off camera. I only did it because of how I have to cut it. We're not judging me for that. It's fine. And that didn't go in the bin either. That has gone to become those things that I currently can't think of what they're called. Totally got this. So there's not much hardware left. We're just going to put in our... Oh my god, what are they called? Magnets. This means magnets in my brain, by the way. Okay, good. That's good. I actually managed to sharpen scissors with my husband's linisher. Very exciting stuff for me, I'll tell you what. You just gotta get it on the right angle and then bam, nailed it. So I sharpened my Chaos Goblin scissors, which are the same. They're both the same, by the way. But I lost a pair, couldn't find them, bought another pair, found them. So now I have 2. These ones say Snippety Snip, and these ones say Chaos Goblin. Because I laser everything. Because I can. If you too would like a pair of laser engraved scissors, I charge $10 to do it. So you can either bring me your scissors that you already have, or you can buy a new pair, get them sent to my house, and then I'll laser them. Or you can send me the money and I can pick them up from the shop, and then I can laser them, and then I can post them to you. We have all the options. Because I have decided that we all deserve nice things. You won't convince me otherwise. Ta-da! One down. Few to go. Oops. Sometimes I come up with cool ideas to send Sandra. I cannot outdo the custom ring you got me. I just can't. I love it. I'm not wearing any jewelry at the moment because I thought about it this morning and then I don't know why, but my brain just went, no thank you. So I didn't do it. This is all just to hold it in place, by the way, because about there. I'm just eyeballing it because I can. It's a fun skill to have. People, get onto it. Then we take all these off because we have to install the magnets. And now we have a pen holder. And I can still get the magnets in. Bam. Ow. Trying to stay warm. Ow. I'm not envious of you at all. I don't do cold. Alright, magnets I have already set up, and I did this yesterday because I was actually trying to be organized. So I've already set up both of these to punch the hole and install the magnets. But what we do need are the templates so that I know where to put it, because from the top of my head, I have no idea. I can't be expected to remember everything for every pattern ever. It's why it comes on the templates. Ta-da! Here are the templates. I did in fact put them all back together correctly. We need this one because it's got the markings. It looks a bit dirty. It's not dirty. It's the grippy spray so that it doesn't slide around on your fabric. Best decision ever. Alright. We're just going to get a normal pen, scribble it in. You don't have to use a normal pen. And I'm using large magnets, not small. And I'm not going to go through the lining. I am just going to go through the exterior. And the other side, again, not the lining, just the exterior. You don't have to. You can go through both if you want to. And then because of that, now, I'll just stab myself, I'm also going to get little pieces of the base stabilizer. So these would otherwise go in the bin. So I just cut 1-inch squares, and it gives us like some added stability. And then we're going to separate them. Like that. I'm going to grab this one, so it goes on there. Stab it through. Add this to the back. It's like a gasket, but you made it yourself. Because we're magic. Right? Right. On it goes. Squish it down. Peel it off because it is magnetic. 2. Version of a gasket. Cap. On. Click. If you don't see it, takes the whole thing with it. It's a good sign of a good magnet though, so like I can't be too mad. These ones I'm going to do at the end, so they can go back into my skull bowl. And I'm just going to put that over there as well. And I'm not going to base this until I add this other piece, because it just makes sense in my brain to do it this way. So, right sides together. Line it up. Clip it together. Back to a joining stitch length. My favourite joining stitch length is 2.5. Which stands for mil and meters. Right, remove your tails, up to a 4. I'm going to finger press this down and then flip it over. I always just find you get a neater fold. You do that. stuffed up. It's like the smidgiest bit crooked, and that's going to drive my brain insane. So, I have to unpick it. This is why you should pin them together. I knew when I did it, I was like, oh, should I clip it? And I didn't, and this is the result. Now I have to unpick things. Ugh. Such is life, ladies and gentlemen. Such is life. All right. You know what? Let's get a ruler. Ruler's gonna be my friend. It's like 1/4 of an inch out, but it's enough to annoy my brain. So, now I'm going to clip it together. Better. And this is what happens when you don't clip and measure things. It is only basting. It's fine. We won't see it. Successful sewing space, it's not so much about the size, it's how to utilize the size. If I obviously have a lot of things, if I didn't have Neville and the lasers, I would need considerably less space than I've got. I don't need 2 machines. I don't need the green machine and the screen machine. If I was struggling for space, I would probably sell the green machine. I wouldn't have Neville. The Cricut would just live on a shelf where it can be used where it sits, right? You stack up in small spaces. And I would hoard less fabric, which I am trying to do anyway. So, you know, there's that. It's better. I fixed it. Everything is fine. We're going to find the center of this before we attach everything too, by the way. See, we all make mistakes, people. It's fine. I've made several today. Wow, one was the cat's fault. What are you doing? I am literally trying to be the anti-hoarder, and I encourage you all to join me. You don't have to own all the fabrics ever. And while it is fun, maybe you should make a deal with yourself. You're allowed to buy 1 new piece for every 3 that you completely use up. And that's not use most of it, it's use all of it. If you can do that, you still get to purchase stuff while also working through your stash. Like these things, I won't be buying more of them, but like they're gonna be done soon in their entirety, and then I don't have to look at them anymore. So it's one less thing in my space, which then, I've done this to a few different things, so now I technically I'm allowed to go and buy something new. If you stick to the rule, you'll be fine. You can have all the new things without losing all the space, you know? Like I did buy some fabric the other day, but I didn't buy a full meter. I bought exactly enough to make what I wanted to make with it and nothing more. We're going to clip this because I'm not falling for that again, where it's all crooked and giving me grief. No dear. Oh, it's pretty though. I definitely like that I did green, pink, green. You don't have to use all your stash before you buy something. This is where people get into. This is where problems begin, right? You give yourself all or nothing. That is not the answer. You don't use all your fabric before you purchase more. But you need to use up like a chunk of. Like if you need more black, I always need more black. I do Gothic markets. They use a lot of black. So like I'm allowed to buy as much black as my heart desires because it's for specific things. But maybe like use some of your linings. Use what you have. pull out all your stash. Stack things that go together. Like you don't, I have mine that's basically Gotham licensed and then everything else in 2 tubs. But you could quite easily design it so, okay, these are the skull fabrics, and then these are all the fabrics that would go as a nice coordinate and keep them together. So when you feel like using that one fabric, there's all your options that still go with it, and you're more likely to use it instead of just going, oh, I need to buy something that matches. Keep it stored how it matches. Problem solved. I'm doing a lot of basting today. I regret nothing. Don't try and live in the all or nothing zone. Like if you have half a meter of a fabric that you've loved and you're saving it, that's fine. But then maybe this other piece over here, be like, you know what? I could just put that as a few linings of a few different bags and then it's gone forever. Never have to look at it again. You don't have to sell them off to get rid of them. Just use them up. Which is why, once I'm back on track a little bit more, I'm going to be doing a lot of like fat quarter friendly and scrap busting things. I'm going to search the internet for free patterns, and that way we don't have to purchase anything, and make a whole bunch of little things out of our scraps so that we stop hoarding our scraps. Ah, should have stuck that on as well. That's alright, we'll do it now. Get off fluff. Stop trying to live in extremes and just do like little bits. Because even I'm not totally banned from fabric. I keep telling everyone I'm on a fabric ban, but if there's something that I come across that I'm like, oh my god, I know that would sell, I will purchase it. And then if I have to buy it online, I will purchase enough other things to fully get the use of my postage. So basically I fill my cart, I'll find out how much postage is going to be, and then I fill my cart, and then I wait until we go over to the next postage level, and then I remove one thing, and that's how much I'm allowed to buy, because it's the same postage, and it makes it cheaper per meter if I do it that way. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but get the best bang for your buck. So obviously if I want to go on a buying binge, that's fine, but just keep within the postage. And if they've got like blanket postage, then give yourself a limit, I guess. Like sometimes I'll purchase more of something so I get free postage, because at least then I'm still getting more stock. You know, like find whatever solution works for you and work that way. But I refuse to be one of those like who dies with the largest hoard wins. I'm going to be the opposite. Who got full satisfaction out of everything they purchased for themselves. And that would be me. I make quilts as well as bags and have my fabrics organized in colors and types, like Australiana, Geometric's favorite. See, love that. There's lots of different ways you can do it. No one way is right or wrong, right? You can do it color coordinated. You can do it themed. You can do it prints versus plains. You can, whatever solution you have deemed your brain likes, you should do that. And I'm sure there's YouTube channels dedicated to organizing stuff. I'm not it. I'm chaos. In saying that, my chaos is very organized, but it might not be for you. I have all of my vinyl color coordinated. So I've got all the prints together. They are just the large section, all prints together. So if I feel like using print vinyl, I'm going to go have a look there. Then the colors, I've got brown, grey, black and white. So they're my neutrals. They live in their own space. That includes creams, silver, grey, black, white, brown, all the neutrally colors. Then I've got blues and greens. That includes teals, turquoises, and aquas. And then I've got yellow, orange, red, pink, purple. Because I've usually only got 1 or 2 yellows, 1 orange if any, 2 to 3 pinks, 1 or 2 reds, 1 or 2 purples. So they all live together. So it's like clustered in a way that makes sense for my brain, and I always just know where to reach for them now. Okay, so this is the front. So this is the front. So that's going on there. Ta-da! I've also got all of my waterproof canvas in their own tub. Eventually, I would like to get to a point where all my bags, interiors, are only waterproof canvas. And I say that, and then I buy like another pretty thing for the lining. Because sometimes I'm like, that would make an excellent lining. There's no one rule for everything. I can't live like that. And so I don't. But like gym bags always get waterproof lining because ew, sweat, right? I've got to think of these things. My husband trashes bags because he's rougher than I am. You think you think I'm rough? My husband's rougher than me with his stuff. Like he throws the bag, slings it over his shoulder. It's always chockers full. So I have to, keep this stuff in mind when I'm making him stuff. Which again, is fine. But that's why I just assume that everyone is as rough with their stuff as my husband and I are. And so that's how I build them. These clips are not built for Tori, I tell you. It's probably nearly due. I'm probably nearly due to get new ones because I'm rapidly running out. Like rapidly. They just keep breaking in my hands because I'm too rough. But no, ultimately, pick whatever solution you think works for you, and then don't feel bad if you're like, oh my god, this is terrible, I need a new plan. Do you know how many times I've rearranged my room? You guys have seen it. I've also moved several houses. I've changed furniture. I've changed positions. I've changed all the stuff. There's no magical answer for any one person or any one space. Do I wish I was better at interior design? Yes. Wishing it doesn't make it so. We are stuck with who we are. So either find a friend that can come and organize it for you, or be prepared to have to change it around a bit. It's how I live my life, constantly being okay with having to adapt and change. With a little bit of chaos. Currently, my chaos is my scraps. So, it is my next major plan. So, the pattern I just designed, Faye, is a great scrap buster. Also, really good for gifts. So, I will be making them with my friends in mind. And then I'm going to hoard them in my gift cupboard that I have started. It's got literally one gift in it, but I cleared a space and I've started, and that's all that matters. Again, doesn't have to be all or nothing. Oh, that's a lot of clips. So I've started a gift cupboard so that from whenever I see something, I'm like, oh, I know someone that would love that, or oh, that looks like a really good gift for Christmas. It goes in the gift cupboard, and then when it comes to Christmas, I'm not broke because I've already done half the shopping. And I cleared a space. The space took longer than anything. And so now I can just start adding it. So things like the Faye pouches, I'm going to make them. I'm going to package them really cute, and then they're just going to live in the cupboard until such time as I need a gift for someone's birthday or Christmas or whatever. This is water, by the way. I am, despite the fact that I'm eating chips, I am officially on my health kick, and I am going to go down a dress size. I have decided. My kid keeps telling me he wants to learn to sew, but whenever I ask him, does he want to start now, the answer is always no. So, there's that. tub around the bend. I'm going to show you a little secret that I don't know if I've showed you before. The corner moved a little bit, and you know what? It's not going to matter. See how it's like sticking out just a little bit? It's fine. Cut it off, pretend it was never there. Lots of people get really hung up on that stuff. Promise it'll be fine. I've done it for every single bag. Sometimes the curve comes out more. This one come out a bit more because it is so many layers of vinyl. That one's got none. I'm just cutting at it because I can. There's nothing there. Right? Don't worry about it. I promise. It's fine. Can't even tell, right? Still got the same curves. Still got the same shape. It's fine. Some people get really hung up on that, and I'm here to tell you it's okay. Now, we're going to open the zip. We're going to pretend like you can't see. You just put your finger in front of the zip and push. Ta-da! We've messaged me. Oh, should I check it? I can see. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. Why does everybody think I'm not okay? What is going on? Aha! What I can do, I probably can't do it here. Can I add someone to a group? I'm not very good with technology, people. Bear with me. Create a group. I reckon I can do this. Ta-da! I think that worked. Try that. And if not, I got nothing. That's all I've got. Alright, so we need to roll this up, or fold it, or whatever, out of the way, and shove it in the bag. And the cord, pretty much everything we need to contain, but we've opened this to make it a bit easier, right? And have that poking out there if it makes you happy. Alright, bottom and then top. We'll literally just do the same thing. And then I'm going to add binding, and I'm going to change my thread color because it feels relevant to tell everybody that. Also going to make sure that the lining is where I want it to be. Now, if you're on a domestic, all you would do is take your foam out of these seams. I do vaguely remember discussing this while I was cutting it out. So I'm just relaying that yet again. It does fit in there, you just got to fiddle with it. And then lots of clips on the curves. Always lots of clips on the curves. It worked? Excellent. So what I'll do is when I go back to my computer, I'll just exit out of that group and you guys can chat. Problem solved. I hope that helps. Ha! I did something technology that actually worked out. Go me! I don't mean to be bad with technology. It's not like it's a conscious decision. It just happens. Yeah, I usually do that too. I usually sew bind, but I'm doing something different today because I have to change thread color. It's still going to work out the same. It'll be fine. Trust the process. Clip and corner. sometimes I sew bind, and sometimes I sew bind, and sometimes I just bind one side. Did you know you can make this bag by just binding one side? It's like a whole thing. But then it's not symmetrical and it annoys my brain. But it can be done. Hey, Nana B. Oh, okay. It's about the dice discussion. That makes a lot more sense. There you go. Christine's going to join us. We need to figure out like a day and a time to do this triple live. I've never done a triple live. You get to be my first. How exciting. All right. I love this bag. All right. Squish her down. Start here and off we go. Just the This is the flaps to make sure I don't sew it. Very good idea. Just stick it out the top. All right, in the tub. I say tub, it's not really a tub. This would look really good with purple binding. Oh no! Oh man! Nobody told me. That was just rude. Not you guys. My bobbin. I didn't notice. We were out of bobbin like half a bag ago. So rude. I mean, that's one way of making the video go longer, isn't it? One bobbin. Tie it off. I'm lazy. I don't like having to thread more than I have to. That was worth it. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Now I get to reclip the whole bag because I sewed nothing. Ah, thank you. So frustrating. I was on a roll. I didn't notice because I'm an idiot. It's fine. Everything's fine. We just clip it back together. It's not the end of the world, people. I'm not heartbroken and devastated because I missed a bit. It's honestly fine. The trick to corners is hold them like a 3D object. I know I've said this a while ago, but I don't think I've said it in a while. Holding it like a 3D object forces it to be the shape you want it to be, which you will find helps things fit a lot better. I don't make the rules. It's just how it works. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Where was I? About here. So I'm going to go back a bit, and we're going to slowly back stitch because we all know that my machine was playing up this morning with a full bobbin. Yes, Mary Poppins and Seven Nation Army. My kid loves musicals. I am totally here for it. We love Grease too. He loves most songs in that. He loves Reproduction, and he's not old enough to understand what he's singing, so it's fine. We love Cool Rider. We listen to it in the car. We also love the Chimney Sweep song, where they're all dancing on the roof, Step in Time. We love that. That gets played in the car as well. We are musical people. Desperate need for men's messenger bags. Literally the bag I'm making right now is perfect for men. I designed it to be unisex, just don't make it in pink. This is the Kangaroo. It's got lots of pockets. It's got all the things you need. It's got a thick, chunky strap. It's not too big because men tend to not like huge bags. It's got organization. It looks really nice in like a nice upholstery fabric. No wrong answers here. No wrong answers. Mighty Messenger by Fierce Kitten is another good one. It's a bit bigger than this one. Not that that's a bad thing, just giving you a comparison. I have recently found that, no, that's not it. Is that it? No. Feels like the wrong grey. I have a lot of greys. Don't ask why. I feel like, oh, maybe it is it. It must be. There are no other options. Okay, I'm just tripping. It's fine. I don't know why a spoonful of sugar's in my brain, but it is, and we're here. I don't mind having earworms because mine will change throughout the day. Wax canvas is beautiful for men's bags. Very good point. Oh, I need to stop scratching my stupid tattoo. Oh, it's so itchy. It goes like all the way up my hip. Here's half of it. It's colourful and pretty, but flaky and itchy. All right, let's do this. Just put it in my lap. I'm going to start at the bottom. Oh, I should probably actually thread the needle too. Very good point. I want to keep this out actually because I don't want to accidentally stitch it in any way, shape or form. Right, on the edge, I love this stuff. It shows your middle. Just past the center by like a smidgy bit, and then you're gonna like veer on. Binding works best when you don't clip it in place. And I know that sounds crazy, but what will happen is if you don't pull it tight enough while you're sewing, when you get to it and you've clipped it, what you're gonna find is that it's going to get loose and then throw you off your game because you're expecting it to be where the clips say. Whereas if you don't use clips, you can just constantly apply pressure and just stitch. Then there's no magical anything to it, right? We just pull tight and it folds itself in half, and it's simpler than actually sewing it together. What I would not do is try and sew it together and bind it at the same time. I would make it 2 separate moments like I am. Have I tried it in the past? Yes. What happened? The corners slipped out and nothing worked the way I wanted it to. So, I mean, you can try. It did not work for me. I also only gave it like 2 chances and then I quit that plan. So you could, I suppose, try it. But like right now, this corner is giving me grief for no other reason than it wants to be a jerk. This is where we get a stabby thing and stab it where we want. Under, over, stab. Keep your fingers out of the way though, people. Most of the time stabbing is not required, but like sometimes. Little stabbing motion never hurt anyone. You can absolutely make this bag without binding too, for those that don't love it. I love the structure that the binding gives, to be honest. But that's just me. You get a lot less saggy linings if you use binding. So if you have saggy linings and it's a problem in your life that you want to fix, try binding it. Do, 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 do. Right, we overlap just a little bit. And then when we get there, we kind of zigzag over that whole section so it stays where it's told. And then we check the other side to see where we missed. Because I missed here. It's fine. I like to think I am not really a gatekeeper of sewing secrets. The only thing I don't tell everyone is where I get my waterproof canvas, because that's like a sourcing thing. And even then I told Sandra. Alright, one side. Done. Next, after a chip, because I'm hungry. This is very unhealthy of me, but it's fine. And I assume you can't hear me chewing because I don't have the mic on. I left a group chat today and everyone's just realised and they're like, oh no, where have you gone? I need to explain to them that I've mainly just left because it's distracting to my work. I don't mind a group chat, but when it's going, like I had 97 messages I hadn't read and that is just distracting, and this is why I don't have Snapchat and stuff, because I get sidetracked very easily. I don't know if you've noticed. I feel like you've all probably noticed. I am very easily distracted, and so I've left the group so that I can focus on doing what I need to do instead of just chatting and responding to everyone when it's not really anything that I need to chirp in with. Like if you send me a private message and ask me a question, I'm more than happy to respond. But like the group chat was just an ineffective use of my time, and it was making me constantly distracted, and that's not good for business. And I just missed that bit. I just felt that I've missed that whole section, so we're gonna have to go back and fix it. But at least I can tell, you know. We love a binding. Now I'm going to have a lot of let's fix the bits I missed on this side. Ooh, and the bobbin's gone weird. I just felt that. I need to get some more waterproof canvas. So maybe I'll put it on my website again so that we can do a pre-order. I need nearly all the colours. I think I've only got like a dark charcoaly bit left. Yeah, see, exactly what I thought. I missed that much. I felt it when I did it. It's fine. I promise it's not the end of the world if you miss. You just flip it over and then come at it from the other side. I like to use my sewing awl so that I don't have to put my fingers near it and then just line it up where it needs to be. Problem solved, honestly. It does not need to be so dramatic. I promise. Oh, and I've missed a little bit on this side, so we'll come to this side as well. This is because there's so many layers. So the more layers, the more annoying it can be. It's fine. Just trim off the tails, put it back together. Done. Alright, pull out all that. Well, we're nearly done. We're still going to put it on our magnets, and then it's done. You can get orange. I don't know about brown. I'll have to check. I haven't checked the supplier for a long time, so they just randomly disconnect colours. They used to have this beautiful, like, lilac, like a pale purpley mauvey lilac-y colour. And like after 2 orders, they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're discontinuing this color." Jerks. So rude. See, my corners worked out fine, guys. They still just look like corners. Sometimes we're all getting hung up on the wrong things. This is actually a really cute bag. And the binding is helping it give it its beautiful shape. See? So the corners still just look like normal corners. We're all getting hung up on the wrong stuff. Isn't it cute? Anyway. And this has nothing on the outside. This is just like a nice, oh, I'd say basic, but like basic would be one colour. So it's like a two-tone basic bag. It looks super cute, right? Got the zipper on the front, got a zipper on the back, we've done an accent. All the things, good to go. All we have to do is add the other magnets. So how I do that, in all my professionalism, is I line it up and then just mark it where the magnet is. This down here will be quite thick. It'll be fine, I promise. So I'm going to mark one and then repeat it on the other side by folding it in half and putting all the holes in at once. If you're worried about doing this, add clips. Like everything, clip it together. It'll be fine. This is a very lazy way of like making sure things are symmetrical, right? Lined it all up, under it goes, bam, punch a hole. Now, it's the same on both ends, with very little effort from you. I mean, you could also measure it with a ruler. All the options. There's no right or wrong answer here. And I use rivet magnets, so this is why we put them in last. Otherwise, my pattern does have instructions on how to put this in with measurements and stuff. especially if you don't use rivet magnets. But I feel like I should have converted quite a lot of you by now. These things are amazing. I'm obsessed. Especially if you have a cam press. Like, why would you not? No more sore fingers bending prongs, people. Ta-da! Done. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I love it. Love this pattern. Do plan on making I would like to make 4 for the upcoming market. I want to do a brown, a grey, a blue, and a black for men. Super cool. Love this pattern. If you struggle to like ease corners in, do 3/8 of a seam allowance for the whole bag instead of 1/2 inch, and it solves all your problems. Bam! This would also be cute as a panel moment. You can move this to the side or remove it completely. Panel. If you have panels, turn it into the flap of this bag. So many ways. You can add a slip pocket to the back. You can add more pockets. You can add less pockets. Whatever's going. But with that being said, I am done. I now need to go and continue the rest of my day. But it's cute. It's got a hanger. Who doesn't love a hanger? You just pop it on a hook, off you go. Quite the fan. And then you open it, and you've got a pen section, and you've got slip pockets everywhere. You can also add a zipper pocket here. All the things. Alright. Thank you all for joining me though. Please make sure you've liked it. I can see there's only 25 likes and 36 of you are here. So please, when you leave, make sure that you like the video. The algorithm likes it when you like it. And then it likes me more because you've liked it. So, you know, all the thing. I will see you all in the next video. I don't know what's next. It'll be a pre-recorded one though, because I've just done 2 lives in a row. And depending on how long I'm out and about shopping at the op shops will be dependent on if I get home to do another one. So I make no promises.